online Smicha. Today we'll discuss a halacha in this week's Parsha, Parshas Balak. In the end of the Parsha of Balak, we read it as a sad story of Zimri. The pasuk says, "Vayar Pinchos ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen." Pinchos, the son of Elazar, son of Aaron HaKohen, saw this, and Vayakam b'toich ha'eda, he stood up from amongst the crowd. Vayikach remach b'yada, he took a spear, and he was the zealous one that performed the punishment for the Zimri and for Cosby. So Rashi brings from the Gemara, what kind of lashon expression is Vayar Pinchos, the Pinchos saw? A minute ago the pasuk says it was Le'enei Moshe, Le'enei called the Asmanei Yisrael. The chutzpah was so great that it was Pesach Hayom Moed. Everybody saw it. So what does it mean only Pinchos saw? And the Gemara asks, Ma Ra, what was it? What was unique about Pinchos that he saw something that somebody else didn't? Rav, so Rav says, Ra Maisev in this kar halacha, that he saw the action, he saw what's taking place, and he remembered the halacha. And the halacha, which is, he went over to Moshe, and he says to Moshe, I know that this is a case of a boyel aramis, somebody living with an aramis, that halacha ve'ein mayrim kain, in this case, if somebody would have asked Moshe Rabbeinu, should I perform this punishment, Moshe wouldn't say to do so, but kanayim paygim boy. But a zealous person, if he takes the matter in his own hands, he has right to perform whatever punishment he feels right. In this case of a boyel aramis, and that is where Pinchas stood out from the rest of the crowd. There's many interesting questions concerning this, the punishment that Pinchas performed. The Zimri was a Nasi B'Yisrael. Yes, he deserved it. But Cosby, why was Pinchas all upset with Cosby, a Goyish lady? What does he care for her actions? What made him serious about the punishment for Cosby too? And the question is discussed in the Arachaim, and the question gets doubled, because Pinchos ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen, Pinchos was a Kohen, and the din is a Kohen is not allowed to be metamel a mess. Here, not only Pinchos performed the punishment, the einish, to Zimri, and now there's a mess, so the Kohen was metame, but even to Cosby. So the shaila is answered like this. It's brought that the Radak in Shmuel says that there was a melchama. Shmuel Beis, Perek Chav Beis, Pasuk Chav. It says that Ben Yo Kohen, even though Ben Yo Kohen was a Kohen, the din of Tumah applies that he cannot become tomai to Mesim. Nevertheless, when it came to a melchama against the Shiva Goyim, Shiva nations, or Shara Umais, he took upon himself, he says, if the Eibusha says it's a mitzvah to fight those nations, like Chalak ben Koyanim Yisraelim, there's the separation that a Kohen is not allowed to be matami, whereas Yisrael could, falls off in a category of a mitzvah, and if there's a mitzvah to be hayrek, to kill the Shiva Mammon, it applies even for the Kohenim too. So Hayois, that here is a case where somebody did something wrong, the mitzvah was chal, and the mitzvah replaces the problem of the tumas mess, which applies by a kohen. Based on this pirush, you see that not only kanoim paygim boy is a reshus, it's optional, but if a person fulfills it, he actually fulfills a mitzvah. Because if it would only be together reshus, it couldn't take away the issue, the isser of being metamel a mess. If however, it's a gather of a mitzvah, so a mitzvah, perhaps even only a mitzvah, Hayirah Shah, is able to push away, to be doicha, the issue of the kohen being metamel a mess. But the issue of Cosby is sefelt epis, because Cosby, there is not so much the tumah that you have to erase, because by Zimri, by Nasi B'Yisrael, you understand where there's a mitzvah to uproot that tumah. But why did it even apply by Cosby? So the Torah Tamima writes that since she's like a mesis l'avodah zara, since that she was dragging Rahman al-Islam Yidden down, so it was also a mitzvah to kill her. Others say that you're right, it's only Ayurah Shah. It was a temporary thing, meaning to say it was a one-time lesson that Pinchos did, but not necessarily it's something that a Kohen is allowed to be matame to. Yeshikoyach, and please join us again next week.